Think you know the Philippines' hottest young stars? Think again. Behind every dazzling smile is a story the tabloids could only dream of. A scandal, a secret, a bold confession. Tonight, Silent Fame pulls back the curtain on the most handsome gay celebs rewriting what it means to be out and proud in showbiz. Ready for the truth behind the pretty faces? Drop your guess in the comments and subscribe so you don't miss a single secret. 1. Alex Diaz, the phoenix of proud perseverance. Alex Diaz's story is one of those Hollywood-worthy arcs, the kind where a fall from grace turns into a triumphant rise. A few years ago, Alex was a fresh-faced actor, model, and VJ making a name in Manila's showbiz scene. Half Filipino and half Scottish with an easy charm and athletic build, he fit the mold of the classic leading man. But behind that sunny image, Alex was living a double life, fearful that his truth could derail his career. In 2019, that fear materialized in a harsh way. A private message between Alex and a male fitness coach was leaked online, effectively outing him without warning. The tabloids had a field day with the scandal, and overnight, Alex went from heartthrob to headline. In that moment, he faced a choice: deny who he was or embrace it. He chose truth. Alex came out publicly as bisexual in a heartfelt Instagram post, apologizing to anyone he felt he let down, but also declaring that he would no longer live shackled by fear. Never again will I be shackled by the fear of what might be said about who I am. Instead, I will champion change, acceptance, and representation for the bisexual community, he wrote, turning what could have been a career-ending moment into a rallying cry. It was a bold, brave response to an involuntary outing, and it struck a chord worldwide. Fans and fellow celebs rallied around him, and even the fitness coach who leaked the chat publicly apologized for the harm caused. Alex, who had been pressured to disappear amid the controversy, instead rose from the ashes like a phoenix. He briefly stepped away to regroup, even heading abroad to train and reflect, then returned to the Philippines more determined than ever to live openly and advocate for others like him. His second act has been all about using his platform for good. Alex has since taken on acting projects that resonate with his experience, including starring in a BL web series where, artfully, he played a gay character in love. He's been outspoken about mental health and how coming out allowed him to breathe and truly live. In interviews and on podcasts, Alex is refreshingly honest about the challenges of being bi in a world that often misunderstands bisexuality. He's become a visible example that bisexual men exist. They aren't confused or greedy, they are valid and proud. His social media is now filled with fitness, travel, and advocacy, showing that you can be sporty, masculine, goofy, and queer all at once. The industry that once whispered about him is now casting him in new roles, and he's been building a supportive community around him of fans who see him as proof that adversity can forge strength. Alex likes to say that the incident which forced him out also forced him to love himself. Seeing his confident smile today, it's clear he's no longer looking over his shoulder. Instead, he's looking forward, toward a future. He's unafraid to claim. Drop a 1 if Alex's journey from turmoil to triumph gives you courage to live your life openly on your own terms. 2. Sky Quizon, the sweetheart turned queer sensation. When you first encountered Sky Quizon, whether on television or YouTube, you might have just noticed that warm, boy-next-door charm. He's got the boyish grin, the polite smarts. He was even a student leader in college, and an effortless friendliness that makes you feel like he could be your best buddy. But don't let the wholesome vibe fool you. Sky Quizon is quietly becoming one of the boldest young voices for queer authenticity in the Philippines. He first stepped into the limelight as a housemate on the reality show Pinoy Big Brother. Introduced as the breadwinner from Pangasinan, a nod to his humble provincial roots, Sky immediately drew audiences in with his gentle confidence and empathy. He wasn't just playing the game to win money for his family. He was there to connect, to inspire. And boy, did he. Viewers watched the soft-spoken, articulate guy openly discuss his feelings and challenge macho expectations on national TV, which is rare for male reality stars in the Philippines. After PBB, many ex-housemates fade from view, but Sky had other plans. He used that momentum to jump into hosting gigs, start a vlogging channel, and, most importantly, to champion causes he believes in. On social media, Sky began speaking up about self-expression, mental health, and LGBTQ+ rights, things a lot of young male celebs here shy away from. He has never put a rigid label on his sexuality in public, but he has consistently made one thing clear. He supports love in all its forms. "I believe in love without limits. I believe everyone deserves to be their full self without fear," he shared in an interview. That kind of heartfelt advocacy from a male public figure was a breath of fresh air. It wasn't loud or performative. It was genuine. Sky basically said, "I may not wave a giant rainbow flag every day, but I'm here living my truth and I see you, I got you." That quiet bravery is exactly why so many Filipino fans, especially Gen Z, gravitated to him. Style-wise, Sky also started to subtly redefine masculinity on his own terms. On red carpets, you'd spot him mixing soft pastels with sharp tailored suits, maybe a blush pink blazer over an edgy haircut. On his Instagram, he isn't afraid to rock a crop top or pearl accessories with his casual outfits. Nothing over the top, but everything intentional. It's fashion that says, "I'm secure enough to wear what I want." And fans ate it up. Earlier this year, Sky went viral with a short video where he's dancing freely on a rooftop in an oversized shirt and pearls, laughing with friends. He captioned it, "Wear what you want. Say what you feel. Love who you love." The comment section lit up with messages like, "Thank you for being you," and "I needed to hear this." In a culture where toxic masculinity still often reigns, Sky is the calm, smiling rebellion, proving that pride doesn't always need to shout to be heard. Sometimes a sincere smile and a life lived honestly can shake things up in the best way. Drop a 2 if Sky's quiet courage and authenticity make you believe that softness can be a real strength. 3. Mimiyuuuh, the viral sensation turning fabulous into fame. If you're ever in need of a serotonin boost, a scroll through Mimiyuuuh's channel should do the trick. With his larger-than-life personality, razor-sharp wit, and gender-bending fashion, Mimiyuuuh, real name Jeremy Sansabuch, rose from internet quirk to full-blown phenomenon. He first went viral in 2019 with the Dalagang Pilipina Challenge, a hilarious video of him parodying demure Filipino mannerisms that spread like wildfire. Suddenly, this skinny gay kid from a modest background in Parañaque City became a household name, all through the power of authenticity and humor. Mimiyuuuh is openly gay, and he'll be the first to tell you it wasn't always easy. He's candidly discussed how some relatives and neighbors were hostile or toxic about his flamboyance when he was growing up. But he never toned himself down. Instead, he turned the volume up and used those experiences as comedic gold. His content, usually delivered in a mix of Filipino and English with a comedic bakey, gay lingo twist, is laugh-out-loud funny, but also sneakily empowering. One minute he's doing a chaotic fashion haul video screaming "Omati," his signature shriek of excitement. The next, he's casually dropping life advice to his Magavavay, his term of endearment for fans. And brands noticed. In an unprecedented turn, Mimiyuuuh went from YouTuber to mainstream endorser, landing deals with global companies like Netflix and even high-fashion collabs. Seeing a flamboyant gay man star in major ads, something almost unheard of in the past, signaled a real shift. He was proving that queer representation sells, and more importantly, that it inspires a lot of people. What truly sets Mimiyuuuh apart is his heart. In a Q&A vlog, a fan once asked how he deals with homophobic family members. Mimiyuuuh's answer was equal parts sassy and wise. "No deal, Bihe. I just don't deal with them," he joked at first. Then he got serious. "Let me just say this, you don't need to prove anything to anybody. Do the things that will make you happy. If your family won't accept you, there are others who will." Those words hit home for so many young LGBTQ+ followers who struggle for acceptance. He's living proof of that maxim. After all, he turned legions of strangers on the internet into a kind of family that loves him for who he is. Mimiyuuuh's own parents came around beautifully. He even did a coming out heart-to-heart with them on camera, which moved viewers to tears and cheers. Fashion and self-expression are a huge part of Mimi's brand. He'll rock anything from thrift store grandma dresses to designer streetwear, always with Mimiyuuuh flair. He popularized the catchphrase, "Drink your water, bachai," and turned it into a hit dance track during the pandemic, serving both comedy and a catchy beat. Through all the fun and craziness, the message he sends is clear. Be unapologetically yourself. Today, Mimiyuuuh has millions of followers, a new house he bought for his family, yes, internet fame paid off, and a seat at the table of Filipino pop culture icons. And he did it without ever hiding his rainbow shine. Drop in 3 if Mimiyuuuh's fierce, fun, and fearless self-love has made you feel that you don't need to prove anything to anybody, except yourself. 4. Raymond Gutierrez, the showbiz scion who finally lived his truth in the Philippines. The surname Gutierrez is pure showbiz royalty. Raymond Gutierrez grew up in the glare of that spotlight, son of a famed matinee idol, twin brother to a popular action star, sibling to beauty queens and actors. For decades, Raymond was known as the charismatic TV host and society figure always seen at red carpet events and glitzy parties. But behind the perfect smiles and pedigree, Raymond was carrying a secret that he feared could shake his prominent family's image. In a world that assumed the Gutierrez brothers were all suave ladies' men, Raymond was quietly struggling with the fact that he is gay. It took him until the age of 37 to finally say it out loud. And when he did, it was a watershed moment in Philippine entertainment. On August 1st, 2021, Raymond came out publicly in an interview with Mega Entertainment magazine. His announcement made front-page news. Here was a member of one of the country's most famous clans officially saying, "I'm one of the LGBTQ+ community." Raymond admitted it took him so long because he was considering everyone else. His macho twin brother's reputation, his conservative parents, the expectations of a society that had watched him since childhood. But the pandemic period gave him time to reflect and realize he deserved to be happy too. In the interview, he proudly declared, "I'm here to formally say that I am a proud member of the LGBTQ community. And it feels great saying that publicly because I am." Those words resonated far and wide. Many Filipinos couldn't believe that the once reserved, play it safe Raymond was now speaking so openly and so proudly. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Fans and colleagues flooded social media with support, saying his courage would help countless others. His own famous family embraced him. His mother, talent manager Annabelle Rama, said she just wanted him to be happy, and his twin Richard voiced full support. It was as if a weight visibly lifted off Raymond's shoulders. In a touching development, by the next year, he even introduced the world to his boyfriend, a handsome businessman he met in Los Angeles. Seeing photos of Raymond beaming alongside the man he loves felt almost revolutionary to longtime showbiz watchers. Here was a guy who had endured so many whispers and insults. He revealed that as a young host, he was bullied and called bakla, gay slur, behind the scenes, now finally living free and in love. He said, "I've never felt more happy and content in my life, and I want to share that. Life is short. live your life. These days, Raymond identifies as a nightlife connoisseur and event host. He throws some of the hottest parties in town, and guess what? They're often super inclusive, drawing celebrities of all orientations. He's using his influence to push for diversity in media and telling young queer Filipinos that even in a traditional family or a conservative industry, you can be who you are. Raymond's late bloom into openness shows that coming out is a personal journey. There's no deadline, only your time. And when that time comes, it's never too late to live your truth. His story also sent a message to the wider Filipino community. If a prominent family like the Gutierrezes can proudly embrace their gay son, maybe more families will follow. Raymond has become an inspiration for a generation that watched him go from guarded to glowing. Drop a 4 if Raymond's brave embrace of his true self reminds you that it's never too late to be exactly who you are meant to be. 5. Vice Ganda, the unkaboggable superstar making everyday pride. No list of Filipino queer icons would be complete without the one and only Vice Ganda, a performer so beloved that he's practically a national institution. Vice Ganda, born Jose Marie Visceral, is a comedian, movie star, TV host, recording artist, you name it. But more importantly, he's a symbol of unapologetic authenticity in a country that hasn't always known what to do with someone like him. How unprecedented is Vice's success? He's the first openly gay superstar in Philippine showbiz history and the highest-grossing Filipino film actor of all time. His comedy blockbusters have raked in over 4.6 billion pesos at the box office. Think about that. An effeminate gay man ruling an industry long dominated by straight machos and demure leading ladies. It's almost unbelievable. And yet, here he is, breaking records and barriers with a smile as bright as his neon-colored hairdos. Vice's rise started in the comedy clubs of Manila, where his razor-sharp wit and larger-than-life persona made him a standout. Early on, he often performed in drag and didn't hide his femininity, a bold move 2 decades ago. TV executives took notice, and soon, Vice became a fixture on the hit noontime show It's Showtime, beaming into millions of homes every day in all his flamboyant glory. For many Filipinos, he was likely the first openly gay person they met, and he made them laugh until they cried. His humor can be biting and sarcastic, but also oddly heartwarming. He knows how to bring people together in laughter. And through that mass appeal, Vice did something revolutionary. He normalized seeing an openly gay man in every living room, restaurant, and office cafeteria across the nation every single day. In a predominantly Catholic country, that's no small feat. But Vice didn't stop at just being funny. He used his platform to educate and advocate. Between cracking jokes on live TV, he'd slip in messages about respecting pronouns or not judging people for who they love. In his blockbuster movies, he'd often include themes of acceptance, wrapped in slapstick humor to sugarcoat it for the masses. He's even written songs about self-empowerment and has authored a book about his journey. Over time, Vice Ganda evolved from court jester to a kind of folk hero for the LGBTQ+ community. He proudly calls himself unkaboggable, a colloquial term he popularized meaning unstoppable or indomitable, and that's exactly what he is. From winning multiple awards to headlining sold-out arena shows, he shattered the notion that a gay man had to play sidekick or punchline. He became the main event. And in doing so, he opened the door for many others to walk through. Comedians, hosts, and actors who came after him often say, "Vice made it easier for us." In fact, he was the first ever LGBTQ person to be an official product endorser for major brands like leading telecom company, something once unthinkable. Who shocked you most? And whose courage hit home? Hollywood loves a scripted happy ending, but the real stories we've seen tonight prove that pride is always dramatic, raw, messy, and unforgettable. These Filipino heartthrobs didn't just break hearts, they broke barriers, turning private struggles and public scandals into inspiration for a new generation. Drop the number of the star who inspired you most in the comments. Let's get the conversation going. Do you think their journey will change how the world sees queer beauty and success? Your voice matters. And if you want more untold stories, more secrets Hollywood can't hide, make sure to subscribe to Silent Fame and ring that bell. We're here to celebrate every brave confession, every moment of pride, and every face that proves being true to yourself is the greatest plot twist of all. Stay bold, stay proud, and keep shining with us.